How's it going, guys? I hope you're doing well. Today I just want to share with you my experience with this record store in the Sacramento Valley called Phono Select Records, one of the very few businesses that's left in the Sacramento Valley that's devoted to selling vinyl records, CDs and cassettes. To some extent, the people who manage that place are music lovers themselves, and it's always a pleasure to go to this place and have a conversation with them over a specific record or music in general. And they're pretty selective about the music that they carry, and they want to deliver them to their potential customers. And genres such as classical music and progressive rock that are to my liking is something that they enjoy as well. So I get along with them pretty well. And today I went to this place and I had a conversation with them and checked out their vinyl selection again. And I came across some very interesting records, actually. One of which is, of course, one of my most favorite progressive rock albums of all time, which is Brain Salad Surgery by Emerson, Lake and Palmer. And this is truly a work of art. And I think the only way that we can grasp the significance of a work of art like this is to get our hands on the vinyl. I mean, you have the beautiful album cover, and you can open that, and then a picture of a woman will reveal. And then inside you will find the vinyl and also the lyrics sheet as well. And then if you're an Emerson, Lake and Palmer fan, you should be able to recognize the picture. That's of course Greg Lake. Greg Lake, the vocalist, the singer, the songwriter, acoustic guitar player, electric guitar player, and the bass player of the band. On the back we have Carl Palmer, the drummer of the band, of course, and then of course the backbone of ELP, Keith Emerson, one of the greatest keyboard players of all time. And the thing about Emerson, Lake and Palmer is that they really made classical music more accessible to the younger generation. Even today, classical music, I think, is one of the most unfashionable genres in music to listen to for most people. But what Emerson, Lake and Palmer did back in the 70s, they played really rock adaptations of a lot of great classical music compositions. I mean, Pictures at an Exhibition by Mussorgsky and other pieces. I mean, Barbarian, I think, was a piece that was written by Bartók, Hungarian classical composer, and then they played a rock adaptation of that as well. So a great band, and it's such a pleasure to listen to this album again. I've listened to this many times, and yeah, so it's pretty actually hard to find this album or the vinyl version of this album that's in pretty good condition, because people who actually own this album, they tend to cherish it and they get a lot of mileage out of playing it. And but this particular one is in very good condition. I've already listened to it once, and it sounded excellent. So I'm pretty happy with it. And another album that I found is, of course, The Passion Play by Jethro Tull. Of course, this is when, according to many people, Jethro Tull was taking things a bit too far with regards to making a concept album. Some of the themes and melodies are not, to me, as memorable as the ones presented in Thick as a Brick, but still a great album to listen to and a great musical journey. I think this really, I don't know, I think they put, Thick as a Brick put Jethro Tull in the forefront of progressive rock music, and then this, I think, kind of elevated them even further. And then after this, I think they kind of loosened up a little bit, and then they made kind of more accessible prog rock albums, but you can't really deny the artistic creativity of an album like this. A terrific prog rock album. I really like the intermission, by the way, the story of a hare who lost his spectacles. Excellent, terrific stuff. And then I also came across some, actually one of my favorite prog rock bands of all time again. This is, of course, Gentle Giant. And they sort of tended to play more of sort of complex music, actually. They used a lot of counterpoints, complex melodies, kind of intertwined. And but one of their kind of more accessible albums, of course, is Power and Glory. For people who have never listened to Gentle Giant, I encourage you to start maybe with Proclamation, and you can find that on YouTube, the live version of that as well. And I think it really encapsulates the very essence of Gentle Giant music. But yeah, pretty interesting music. Octopus, What's interesting is they had this octopus. I bought this one for $5, and it's in very good condition. But they had another one. The album cover looked a little bit different, and they were selling that for $150. And they said, well, that one is a real collectible, and it's a rarity. And I couldn't justify shelling out $150 and buy the same album that costed me just $5. I mean, it probably has some value. Probably is a collectible item. But music is what I'm kind of more interested in, and it's still a great presentation, a beautiful album cover, and a great record by Gentle Giant. Another, if you're a classical music fan, I mean, you're going to be pretty happy with the records that I acquired, and it's a real bargain actually to be able to buy some of these for just $3. I mean, this is Herbert von Karajan's performance of Beethoven's Violin Concerto in D major. A terrific record. I actually have listened to this on CD, but it's a pleasure to be able to listen to it on vinyl as well. As I said before in my other videos, vinyl promotes active listening, and when you put a vinyl record on the turntable, you're pretty much locked in, and you have to listen to the whole thing in its entirety. And to me, streaming, I don't think that streaming necessarily promotes active listening. There's a lot of distraction. When I even stream myself, I'm pretty conscious of the music I listen to, and I like to be as focused as possible. But even I find myself trying to browse the web while I'm listening to music, and it's pretty easy not to not succumb to the temptation of just be distracted and do other things when you listen to music through streaming services. So that's why I encourage, if you have the budget. I mean, when I say the budget, I mean it's not going to cost you much. The turntable I have, I didn't pay a whole lot for it, and it's all automatic, and just hit a button, and then it moves the needle and puts it on the record, and you can listen to it. I didn't pay a whole lot of money for it. It's a Denon record player from the 80s. I think I paid close to like $50 for it, or might have been maybe more than maybe $60. And so anybody should be able to afford a record player of that caliber, and it plays extremely well. And a pair of speakers, a receiver amplifier, of course, and maybe what do you call that? A phono preamp if your integrated amplifier or your receiver is not equipped with a phono preamp, then you might have to buy that separately as well. But even with a small budget, you should be able to put together a respectable system that will enable you to listen to great vinyl records like this. Of course, as I said, vinyl promotes active listening, and that's why I listen to vinyl. And I also like the tangible relationship with the records, and you have the music in your hand, and you feel that what you've paid for is really something worthwhile. And yeah, this is great. Another classical music record I was able to get my hands on is Beethoven's Symphony 1 and 2 by Herbert von Karajan. I have the whole collection actually on CD as well. But yeah, I'm looking forward to put this on my turntable. Other records I was able to get my hands on is, of course, Julian Bream, one of the most celebrated classical guitar players of all time from England. He played some fantastic classical music guitar pieces, and yeah, excellent player. This is, of course, music of Spain, the classical heritage. Fernando Soare, actually a great Spanish composer of classical music. Another Julian Bream records again, Granados and Albanites. I think this was promoted back in the days under the title of Romantic Guitar, in which he played a lot of pieces by Albanites and Granados. A terrific guitar player, terrific composers from Spain as well. Again, Julian Bream, Rodrigo, of course, Concerto de Aranjuez, excellent guitar concerto. The second movement actually is pretty famous. Dee-dee-dee, dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Terrific melodies, and it's a pleasure to be able to listen to this record, to this music on vinyl, and with Julian Bream's rendition. So I'm looking forward to listen to this as well. Yeah. So this pretty much sums up what I actually acquired today at this vinyl record store. If you've never been to this place, check it out, or check any other vinyl record store, a local record store, and then support them, because there's not a whole lot of them that's still left in business. Thank you very much. I just wanted to share with you my experience. If you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to the channel. I have more interesting material to come in the future. Yeah, thank you very much and have a pleasant evening. Bye.